Hello, good morning. So we have been dealing with sustainability, and sustainability goes a long way. So we should wind up sustainability today. However, the question in front of us, whether all of us are really taking part in sustaining the sustainability, is a question in front of us. Knowingly or unknowingly, we miss our part in bringing out quality sustainability to the environment. Truth is different from fact. We have to accept that. We know the repercussions of overusing materials, adopting for energy intensive mechanisms or systems, using excessive plastics, directly or indirectly contaminating the natural resources, contributing more than necessary as a solid waste to the land. So a self-introspection is required at this context. That is a thing which alone can save the environment and the next generation will have a comfortable standard of living. Few points again as review and revise. For sustainability, we should conduct energy auditing. Energy auditing means the energy consumption of various implements, accessories, gadgets such as mixie, grinder, washing machine, fridge, air conditioner, vacuum cleaner, induction cooker, microwave oven, ceiling fans, pedestal fans, exhaust, generator, compressor, water pumps, centrifugal pumps, or any motors. Similarly, in the case of industries also, there will be so many equipments which will be consuming a lot of power, energy. So a scientific energy auditing, listing out the consumption on daily basis. And any equipment or machinery which is warranting for attention regarding maintenance, repair or replacement, that shall be attended at the earliest so that unnecessary wastage of energy can be avoided. So energy auditing shall be one of the routine procedures in all energy consuming areas, starting from a residence, hospitals, schools, industrial buildings, commercial complexes. That will give us a quantified indication of how far we are overusing the energy and what are the areas where you can make a break. So the make and break are possible only if we know the quantity of energy consumption on the daily basis. then we may have to switch from conventional energy sources such as thermal power plants, mega hydro, even though hydroelectric projects are renewable energy sources. Water is a renewable energy, but mega hydroelectric projects will have an ecological impact on the forests and more land will be flooded, submerged. That will tell upon the human habitations as well as the flora and fauna. The wildlife will get considerably affected. More forest area will get sunk on mega hydroelectric projects. In the case of thermal power plants, it is not advisable as far as the air pollution is concerned and carbon trade is concerned. Similarly, the use of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels also create air pollution and carbon excess in the atmosphere. So we may have to resort to mini hydro projects, small mini hydro projects. Similarly, we have to tap the renewable sources. Nowadays, the most popular renewable source is the solar energy. So we may have to tap the solar energy resource for the generation of power. People have to be given incentives and encouragements to start solar plants on their own. There are schemes. Each nation promotes non-conventional energy sources such as renewable sources, especially the solar energy. You have solar water heaters. You can have solar panels which can supply power. Additional power can be distributed to the grids, served to the grids, by which public electric supply can be given more power after the use of the individual consumption. There are schemes, even subsidized provisions are there for promoting solar energy. There are airports, especially in India, the Cochin International Airport is self-reliant and the complete power is generated by solar generation using the sun energy. And they have been making as a maintenance and protection for the solar panels, they have been using the solar farm, that is called the solar farm, where you have the panels, solar panels, for growing vegetables too. A lot of acres have been utilized for installing the solar panels, and to protect the solar panels by reutilizing the water near the panels as the facility for growing vegetable plants, so that they will not grow to a height by which the panels will not get shaded or the plants will not uproot the panels. So it is a seasonal plant and water can be diverted to that, by which heavy rain will not affect the solar panels. Solar panels will work on ordinary daylight. Excess is sun energy, heat energy is not required for the working of solar panels. That's advantage. Even a normal daylight is sufficient for solar panels to work. So solar energy is a main resource which have to be tapped for sustainability. Next is the wind. You have wind farms, huge wind farms, hundreds of wind turbines or windmills. Usually 3 blades are optimized. Each windmill have 3 blades, very long blades, and the shaft, the pillar, it will be horizontally mounted. Horizontally mounted blades or vertically mounted blades. The axis is vertical, then it is vertically mounted. If the axis is horizontal, then it is horizontally mounted. So horizontally mounted wind blades will rotate in the vertical plane, and vertically mounted wind blades will work on horizontal plane. According to the wind direction, the wind intensity, the orientation can be decided. So windmills, there are firms which are self-reliant to a great extent using wind farms or windmills. Then you can use wave energy, ocean waves. That wave energy, the tidal waves, they can be sustainably used for generation of power. So wave power, wind power, solar power. That means you can use renewable energy. And there is going to be a revolution in the automobile industry. In the automobile industry, within 5 or 10 years, you can see a categorical change of fuel and switching to electric power. Batterized, motorized cars will be batterized. So using electric cars will considerably reduce the carbon trade, the carbon content in the atmosphere. So electric cars also is one of the solutions, because the amount of traffic, the volume of traffic, the intensity of traffic, the density of the traffic is increasing exponentially, and the exhaust, the smoke and the carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, the spread is considerable. Suppose a solution is found out for that, that itself will be a boom to the sustainability. So electric cars, lot of research has already been done on that, and electric cars have already started picking up their influence in the car industry, but on a regular basis, as a customer friendly, user friendly electric cars and electric vehicles are yet to be realized, but hopefully it will be within a decade. You can see a revolution in the automobile industry having electric cars. So these are the solutions. So we have seen the preventions day before yesterday, some promotions yesterday, today some solutions. So that is the order in which it is taken. And what is the role of a civil engineer in all these things means the planning stage, the implement stage, such as arboriculture, land utilization, land reclamation, land renewal, land recovery. In all these cases, civil engineer has a play to say. Similarly, replenishment and recharge. You have a lot of rainfall during a particular period of time and a drought in some other period. There will be a heavy flood for some time, then heavy dry season for some other time. So if you are saving the water which is in excess during the flood in water bodies, in ponds, reservoirs, lakes, or artificially lined huge ponds, or digging out, excavating and renewing renovating all the existing natural tanks. The runoff, the water which is after the rain, goes directly to the ocean, will be slowed. The speed will be reduced. During the process of reduction of the speed of the runoff, the water will get collected in the water bodies during their process of flowing. That water bodies will reduce the depression in the groundwater table. They will reduce the depression in the groundwater table, at the same time elevate the groundwater table near to the surface. So the groundwater recharge, that is what is called replenishment and recharge. The groundwater recharge is possible if you scientifically harvest the rain. Actually, the term is rainwater harvesting, but actually it conveys nothing but harnessing of the rainwater during the excessive rain or flood. Then all water bodies are charged, and water bodies which are charged will recharge the soil groundwater, by which the water table will rise. So these are different methods by which sustainability can be met with. So thank you for watching sustainability. We will start by God's grace town planning. Before going to the building part, we have seen so far the properties of land and the role of a civil engineer on the land. Now we have to go the role of a civil engineer on building. Between these two, a transition is required, and that transition can be well linked by telling a few points on planning of towns or town planning and architecture. Architecture and town planning. We will do tomorrow by God's grace. Thank you. God bless.